Tonight is about looking at new types of radio, to some extent, looking at but just receivers. That's all I'm interested in tonight. We're probably used to this idea as radio amateurs. This is a very introductory to basic kit, all solid state, you might say, or components, physical components that make up the radio. Little knobs on the front that you can twiddle. In this particular example, no display, all done by ear. It happens to be a CW set, so you do it all by ear and just have a variable oscillator. You can alter in the middle, a volume on the left, and receive incremental tune on the right of it that you're familiar with. On off button. Yes, there's a CW filter in the back. You can press a button and switch it on, but pretty basic speaker. But that's amateur radio, isn't it? And that's how a lot of us start. Diagrammatically, if you like, that's what's going on inside. If you're used to the idea, there's some filters. As I said, there's a CW filter in there. There's a mixer stage, local oscillator, IF stage, demodulate it, stick out speaker. All discrete components you can physically touch, solder, whatever. That's what you're sort of used to. What we're moving to, however, is an age where a bit more advanced. In terms of, yes, there are discrete components. It's a lot more gubbins, electronics inside, doing a lot more for us. The components have shrunk down. We've gone from, I suppose you might call them large-scale capacitors and resistors to surface mount devices. There's a lot going on inside. There's basically a computer inside. You could say there's a microprocessor in there working for you. Displays that give you feedback. It's all digital on the display. Graphical displays on the left. Graphical displays for what frequencies you run. But there's a whopping great knob in the front because we like big knobs to twiddle. For the VFO, a few more knobs on the side because we like knobs to twiddle from the side. Essentially, though, that radio is conceptually totally different to the radio, the first picture I showed you, in that what you buy in the box is what you've got when you take it out of the shop in that first radio. You can't change it, you can't modify it. Okay, you might be able to do some mods with some another bit of circuitry, perhaps some jumper, a few bits and pieces. But that radio is upgradable. The software can be upgraded, the firmware that controls it. Go to the website, download it, upgrade it. So it's a hybrid. It's moved away from that fixed radio to a more dynamic radio in the fact that you can change its behaviour. And even to the extent where you can plug a computer into it and you can use it in different ways to become a radio that's controlled by a computer. It's possible to send instructions to it. It's possible to change filter settings, memory settings, the dual VFO set to different frequencies. This is another radio I have that this is a receiver. It's the first Win radio receiver I got, and was originally, when I bought it, was called the software defined radio. In that the box, which is an example box there, that's what you get when you buy one of these radios. You just get a little box, no knobs on that you can tune, no volume control, no receive incremental tune or anything like that, no VFO on the front. It's all done through software. So there's the knob on the front that you can turn if you want to, using mouse control. So you can click on the top and it goes one way on the VFO, click on the bottom and it goes the other direction on the VFO. So it's a pseudo sort of VFO tune there. But everything is controlled through buttons that you can click on to control what the computer to some extent is doing. But that's like the previous diagram. It consists of hardware inside the box, but this software doesn't is inside the box. The software is on your computer. So the software, this software that you see here, you can download from the internet. Download every 6 months. They release a new version of it, updated. So you're able to get some new features out of it. And you see at the top, demodulators. You can have different demodulators, in fact, so you can get extra parameters to assist you in perhaps filtering out stations, perhaps being able to, as this has got, I've actually upgraded this to what's called the professional demodulator. So it gives you all of these parameters here, so you can actually set filter widths for the received signal. There is the ability to, for want of a better term, export, but in real time, audio from this receiver into other software products at audio level or even at IF level. So it means that you can feed the received audio into other products to, again, enhance the demodulation, perhaps do some specific decoding, want to analyse signals in a particular way. So quite a useful feature. It takes a little bit of getting used to initially, but now I would find it, I would miss a lot of the features that are in this sort of product if I went back to a standard receiver only.